Films have the ability to change our lives in ways that no other kind of art can. Hollywood and Bollywood, which represent American and Indian cinema, respectively, are two of the world's most widespread entertainment businesses. But smack in the middle of these two major hitters, another industry appears to be quietly creating art while ensuring that it has an influence. Nigeria's film industry is a massive sector that generates a staggering number of films each year. In today's video, we'll take a look at how Nollywood has grown to become the world's second-largest film business throughout the years, and how history is set to change the globe in the next years. Before we go any further, please like this video and subscribe to our channel to stay updated on future intriguing subjects. Nigeria's film industry is referred to as Nollywood. It is the world's second-largest film industry, trailing only Bollywood. Nollywood, on the other hand, does not make as much money as Hollywood or Bollywood. It is recognized and praised for its efforts in considerably more difficult conditions. In Africa and the African diaspora, the industry is a key part of the arts, entertainment, and recreation sector. Nollywood produced 2.3% of Nigeria's gross domestic product in 2016, according to Price Waterhouse Coopers, while the International Monetary Fund now estimates 1.3% annual growth for Nigeria's gross domestic product. The business is one of the priority industries designated in Nigeria's federal government's Economic Recovery and Growth Plan, with a projected $1 billion in export earnings in the future years. When the first Nigerian film, Fincho, was shot in color in 1957, the Nollywood film industry was launched. There were a number of well-known directors working on Nigerian films during the period. Hubert Dogon, Jabedhu, and Moses Alaya are among them. Despite the fact that Nigerian cinema began on tiptoes in the early 1960s, it wasn't until the 1980s that it began to grow to a higher level. Papa Rogers Co., directed by Wale Adenuga, became Nigerian cinema's first blockbuster in 1984 and one of the country's largest cinematic events. In just 3 days, the film amassed a total of 61,000 naira. Nigeria began to take its movies more seriously in the early 1990s. Nollywood can be traced back to the Yoruba people, an ethnic group who dwell primarily in western Nigeria and other regions of West Africa, such as Benin, and who used to perform plays as they journeyed from village to village. These plays were shot and then made into VHS movies, which were then sold to customers. This was a quick, affordable, and natural way for filmmakers to tell their stories to the public when cinema culture was more common. Because most movies are still not developed for the big screen, the majority of them are broadcast on African television, and the primary means of obtaining them is through street vendors from Nigeria to other African countries and the Caribbean. This way, many self-made directors made movies with low production value, which was very much reflective in their work. Though the visuals weren't very impressive, they were more than compensated for by the tale, which was frequently engrossing and kept the audience engaged. These films provided the flavor that Hollywood lacked, resulting in box office success. People gained money in the mid-1990s by adapting these plays into films. The most well-known of these was Living in Bondage, which was released in 1992 and is widely regarded as the film that launched Nollywood. Although the production quality has grown dramatically over the last decade, with Nollywood content now available on platforms such as Netflix, the astounding rise of Nigerian Nollywood is not without its obstacles. This is because, due to a variety of constraints, Nollywood filmmakers currently prioritize quantity over quality. This is why, on an annual basis, a startling number of 2,500 films are made. Nollywood's target audience is primarily Africans who can relate to the majority of what is depicted on film in their daily lives. These films are famous in Africa because they authentically reflect the lifestyles of African people. It might be love, familial strife, betrayal, magic, or modernization. Nollywood productions have it all, yet money is always a concern. When compared to Hollywood or Bollywood, Nollywood has a much lower production budget. In this contrast, some Nigerian films have a budget of as little as $30,000, whilst the cheapest Hollywood films have a budget of less than $50 million. Apart from financial concerns, Nollywood also has power interruptions and limited infrastructure. Digital streaming services and social media, according to the U.S. International Trade Administration, have significantly challenged traditional media players since anybody with a smartphone and internet access can create and stream content online. Customers have become more sophisticated as a result of the growing range of content available. In order to keep customers' attention, players must constantly innovate. Also, despite significant effort to reduce the piracy rate and strengthen intellectual property rights in Nigeria, copyright infringements are still the order of the day. It is not uncommon to see compact discs being openly sold in traffic in some major cities like Lagos and Port Harcourt. Despite all these obstacles, progress has been seen in the Nollywood film and television sectors. Budgets have been bumped up and better content is being put up. This massive improvement in numbers has caused Nollywood to generate an impressive $1 billion revenue annually, according to a Price Waterhouse Coopers report. In Nigeria, the local media business employs about 1 million people. While this merely scratches the surface, there is still plenty of space for improvement. All of your hard work is rewarded in some way. The African Film Academy Awards are given out every year to acknowledge excellence among non-African individuals who have made contributions to the African film industry. It also uses arts and culture to bring the African continent together. Many Ghanaian actors, for example, work in Nollywood, and the Ghanaian film industry and Nollywood work closely together. This demonstrates Africans' desire to collaborate in the film industry because they see its great potential. Nollywood has incredible potential stored inside of it. A little push is all it needs to reach even greater heights. At this current pace, it wouldn't take long to be among the big bulls of cinema in the world, with an estimated 1.3 billion people in Africa and another 400 million African living across the globe. In the next years, Nollywood has the ability to dominate this industry and possibly look beyond this demographic. There are a plethora of business alternatives that have the potential to transform the Nollywood industry. These include the establishment of underserved cities, the opening of cinemas, and the usage of technological streaming platforms to improve current-day distribution, training and capacity building for cinematography, scriptwriting and directing, and movie production equipment. Companies like Iroko TV and Netflix are being used. Establishing a consultancy service that focuses on content generation and digitization of media services to enhance reach and boost penetration rate is another opportunity. If you enjoyed this video, then give it a big like. Also, if you want more updates about informative and trending news in Africa, make sure to subscribe to join the new tourist channel. Thanks for watching, and leave a comment below if there are any exciting stories you want us to cover.